What's up, YouTube? Talking about ancestors in this one. When it comes to ancestors and bringing ancestors back, what you're gonna, I was just checking my time on my camera. What you're gonna do is, when you get to a certain vibration and a certain level, you'll be able to attract a more ancient ancestor. If you are all at this, like this is what's happening. Most people are at a low vibration, a low level. They have a root chakra blockage. Their energy is not flowing through them. So they're at a low vibration, low resonance, low frequency, whatever you want to call it. So with that said, the only ancestors that they can attract are they're the ones that are in closer proximity to them. Other ancestors that had the same problems. And that's what they don't understand too, is when it comes to possession. If you have an ancestor who was an alcoholic or a weed head or a crackhead or whatever the case may be, again, your ancestors look through you and they're with you, they walk with you. So it's terrible, but they can have a tendency to use your body to enjoy things that they once enjoyed when they had a body, or when their body wasn't transitioning or dead, whatever you want to call it. So they will come into your body, and you might be driven to eat a certain food or drink a certain thing, masturbate, anything. It could be anything. So that's what your ancestors and their problems. So when a lot of alcoholics, a lot of it is ancestry that is close to them in proximity, in vibration and frequency. So those are the only ancestors you're attracting. So when you get to a certain vibration, certain resonance, you can only attract higher, more ancient ancestors that know themselves, that will come through you and enhance your life. You will learn from them. In most cases, people are just having kids blindly, and then they're bringing somebody back who was close to them, whether it be their grandmother or grandfather or great-grandfather. They bring a lot of the same habits that they have, and then they perpetuate the cycle, and it just they're not bringing someone back that will help them. And most tribes know this. There's plenty of tribes like that know that the communication with the ancestor, bringing them back, having a kid, happens before copulation or sex, happens long before then. When the ancestor is just a thought in your mind, or inception, whatever you want to call it. They know at that point who they're bringing back, who this person is, and they can chart the stars. And if you chart your cycles as a male and a female, you will know who you're bringing back. And that's just the case with who you're attracting. Because, birds of a feather, vibrations of a feather are, just going to keep the cycle going. But if you break the cycle and you can raise your energy level, then you're going to be bringing someone back that will complement your life. And it's not to say that these close ancestors are bad. It's just to say that, it just doesn't really help you to bring them back at this point. They may have to learn and basically, transcend on their own. Because again, the dreaming world or the other layers, that's where you're basically doing all the same things in those layers. And then this dense layer is the end result. You go from, this is B basically. You go from the dream or less dense layers to this end result. And, you can carve out your heavenly habitat if you want to. Like if you say, I want to be on an island, in a dream layer or whatever you want to call that, that's where you're at. That's what's going on. And, if you're not doing everything, if you're not aligning everything to get that done, to get to heaven, then you will get plan B of that. You might not be on an island, but you'll be somewhere that's, a couple steps away from what you might like. So, I hope, I don't want to say I hope, but I know some people will get this. I know some people won't, but that's just the case. You're just bringing back people that aren't ready to come back, or really you're not ready to bring them back. You're not ready to bring them back and teach them because you're both in the same boat.